Welcome to the Get More podcast. You have Chris Hill and
Kelsey Jones.
where we get more out of life and
business.
we are here with a special guest, Sara
Stephens.
Sara Stephens.
I
I just call her Sara because when you say Sara, you know who Sara is.
It's
in this,
Sara.
Yeah, in this world, it's just, hey, it's Sara.
It's already deep in here.
Yeah. That's where we are.
That's right.
Well, Sara, we want to give you some time to talk about who you are and what you provide for us. But the first thing I want to do is getting to know you. The first time I met you, and so you don't understand this, but like Sara is like at the top of her game. She owns these offices. She's this powerhouse. And I didn't know who you were, but it was Red Day. And we were outside just, I'm looking around because it's like my first time seeing everybody because it was like right after COVID. And there's this woman that walks up in this like furry jacket with all this energy. And I was like, hey, I'll do it. And we were doing a it wasn't Habitat for Humanity, but we had like a flood. And they said, who wants to go under the house to bring some of this stuff out of there? And all these guys are standing around like, I'm nervous. And then she says, oh, I'll do it. Put me in a suit. I'm ready for it. And I'm like, who is this lady? She's fun. And you're just having a good conversation. I'm like, all right, well, cool. And then little do I find out, oh, actually, she's
my boss.
She's my boss. She owns everything. But it was good to see you in that position to say, even though you have so much that you bring to, our area and what we do, you don't mind stepping in and saying, hey, I'll take the dirty job. Because a lot of people did not want to take the dirty job, but you did.
And we had so much fun. You got under there too, Chris.
I mean, I looked under there. I just looked.
You looked under there.
There was a time I wanted to. I picked up some wood, and I think I scratched my leg because I had on shorts. I didn't think that we were going to really be working that hard. And so at that point, I was like, okay, we can go. Memories were made because that was a core memory. I'm like, oh, I know who Sara is. See, not Sara Steve, just Sara. So Sara, tell us about you, who you are, and what you provide for Keller Williams here in the Middle Tennessee area.
Quick little intro.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, I get to work with amazing leaders like these two.
All
And
right.
our
She
whole
knows how to make us happy.
Keep
Right.
going, please.
Chris put that in my lines. He said, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay, please note how great we are.
Now,
So one of my motivators, and we just did the value exercise recently, is impact. And what we get to do in Middle Tennessee is have impact for our agents, for their clients, and for our leaders, and just helping them reach their full potential in real estate and live their best lives. And so we get to work with almost 800 agents who closed over $2 billion in sales volume last year.
Yeah.
Really just better business, better life, and fun.
that's a lot of money. $2 billion is a lot.
$2 billion.
See,
That is
$2
quite
And closed real estate
That's
volume,
right.
which
$2
is
billion Sara.
well, $2 billion agents.
She's like, keep it back on the people.
She's like, no, the people. That's
It's all
not
for the
me.
She's
people.
humble.
But really, it's not possible without them.
For real.
And one of the reasons I got into real estate to begin with is there's no ceiling on the opportunity that you have in real estate.
Right.
Came from corporate hospitality sales, and as hard as you work, there was always the next carrot, right? Or
Yeah.
the next level. And in real estate, there is no ceiling on your wealth, on your opportunity.
So tell us more about that timeline. So let's go all the way back. So we just heard you're from West Virginia.
Woohoo!
Amazing.
Right? And
There's
I like to say the northern panhandle because
Okay.
people have ideas about the state, but right over the Ohio line in the northern panhandle of West
Gotcha.
Virginia.
Okay, so from West Virginia, and then you said corporate America before. So when was that? Where did you go to college? Like, walk us through the entire timeline and how you got here.
So fun. Okay.
Yeah.
we need
So-
the blueprint.
The blueprint. So I went to college at James Madison University.
Okay.
Amazing. Media arts and design, communication studies, and a minor in Spanish. Don't ask me to
Wow.
speak Spanish.
I didn't know
That has been lost.
We're learning so much stuff here.
I know. And it was wonderful. I had the opportunity to do some leadership things there, which was really fun. So our honors fraternity got to lead that for a couple of years, and then just amazing relationships.
I heard that drop, honors fraternity.
I know. I was about to say, wait. So we're like in the presence of straight A's. And
Yes.
Like, okay.
Look.
Smart.
You see that leg cross right there?
She said.
You see
That
that? Well,
is-
I
that's-
just heard something that we shouldn't be crossing our legs.
Really, why not?
This is just out. It has to do with my mother-in-law was telling me this yesterday, that as you get older, keep your legs uncrossed and it
But, like,
keeps your
kinda-
muscles
what about,
more
like-
loose. So
Oh,
she just said that. We just had this
So much
I
more
love that she
conversation
said
last
she was
night.
like, "Listen, I heard that I shouldn't be doing this," and pop.
we put it right
And
back.
pop. That's right. That's for those that are much older. We were already talking about
We're only-
so young.
everybody here is
We are
25 years
very
old.
Youthful, and so we can still cross our legs.
gosh, yes.
Yeah, but an awesome college experience, and then After college, I actually took a job in real estate in Northern Virginia. It was the turn of the market in 2006. And it was, we interviewed in the spring. I was going to work with a home builder in DC. I got my apartment. I am ready to go. The week, I'm like, this has been done for months. The week that I'm getting started there, they call me and they said, I want to discuss your opportunities with Ryan Homes. I'm like, opportunities? I have signed. I am here. I've been driving through the neighborhood. What opportunities?
Yeah.
They said the market has fallen 26%. You have two options. You can take a package from us, which I thought was amazing as I hadn't started.
Yeah.
Or you can wait 6 months and we'll put you anywhere in the country at that time or maybe tell you the same thing. So I was a little devastated.
Yeah.
Right? I had taken this opportunity. I had moved there for it. And I called one of my professors and she said, you want to be in sales, go take any sales job you can. And I'm like, okay, sales job. Right? And so I go into Tyson's Corner, Mercedes-Benz, and I walk in and the guy at the time, he goes, I wanted nothing to do with you. He's like, I saw you. And I was like, oh. What? And he said, I couldn't believe it myself. It was surprising to me as well.
Not the Sarah.
He said, our GM was there and he goes, we need to hire her. Because there was a lot of males, a lot of second careers for them. They love cars. Sure. We sold Aston Martins and Mercedes out of there. And so I took that job and I sold cars in Northern Virginia for 3 months while I interviewed other places just to get sales experience. It was so fun.
Wow.
Too. Like just knowing the cars, people wanted to work with women. Yeah. Right. And so we got to sell.
And you had the energy. You were hungry.
I was hungry.
You're like, I got to eat. I'm doing this for the right reasons.
That's right. Well, I still remember when I left. So I came to work for Gaylord Hotels. And I was taking a job that was a fraction of what I was going to be making in car sales. And I remember the guy at that time said, I was like, Bert, it's not about the money. Right? Like this is a path, a long-term path. It's not about the money. And he said to me, it's not about the money until you don't have the money. And then it's always about the money. I'm like, if you knew when I was going down to Tennessee, to earn, they had offered a salary and a package, which is kind of unheard of in car sales. Yeah. So I made that pivot and came down to work in hospitality sales. Actually, one of the first cars that I sold was to an amazing lady who probably didn't need all the features in the car, but we got so excited. And afterwards, she macked out, Mac Daddy Mercedes.
Oh my gosh.
Her sons come in and they're like, she did not need this car. And this whole thing went down. So I went in with the tow truck. It was over an hour to drive to her house to deliver the car to make sure she understood all the features of it. And they're like, why are you doing this?
My
and I
gosh.
said, come on, right? So
that's service.
Anyway,
Talk about service.
Yeah.
It was service.
See there?
It was service. But I came to work for Gaylord. And actually, I didn't start in sales. I came to be a convention coordinator.
Okay.
Now, they wear the green jackets.
Yeah.
And you are the liaison between the staff and hotel and then the clientele when they come on site. And this is actually where I met Kyle, my husband.
Okay, I was gonna ask where Kyle fits in with this story too.
Well, he really fits in well with the story. He wouldn't want to hear this, so hopefully he doesn't. Right?
No, he'll hear it.
But we were both,
we're gonna send it to him.
We were both conference coordinators. We had the green jackets on. He's like, you took being a conference coordinator to the next level. Like every time I saw you, you were suited up in the binder, hunting the clients. And Kyle is more of a lifestyle for him, right? Like I'm gonna entertain the people. Yeah. Let's have a good time. And so I got into a car accident a couple months after I arrived. And the conference coordinator, all we did was walk around the hotel. But I shattered my pelvis in a car accident.
Oh my gosh.
Was driving. But I spent 3 weeks in Vanderbilt because I had shattered my pelvis.
Oh my gosh.
And they were amazing. Like when I talk about great hospitality, they had this incredible ginger house built and brought it in all the
They
team.
heard what you did for that lady and taking the tow
leadership
truck.
team.
They said, we got to take care of her.
We got to take care of her.
Yeah, this is our opportunity.
We got to take
grab
care
it.
of her. Yeah. So I spent that time in there, but when I came back to Gaylord, they were like, she can't be walking around. So they gave me this little scooter.
Oh,
and they
not a
said,
scooter.
let's get her involved in presentations.
Oh.
And so I was kind of revamping the coordinator world, like all of our policies for it. And I went to present to the C-suite at that time on my scooter.
It is so hard for me to visualize this Sara Stephens on a scooter running around. I guess not riding around.
Rolling around.
Rolling around.
I picture her on the side of the seat with her legs crossed.
Yeah, right. Like
she's driving
the
from
princess,
the side.
Definitely all the way. Anyway, so that was a great experience. But I got to present, and they said, "Why don't you interview for a sales position with us?" I'm like, "Here we go.
This
It's
is it.
full circle."
This is my
and this
time.
is the part for Kyle because we both interviewed for that same opportunity.
Oh, really?
There you go.
And so I did get hired there. It was an additional territory position. They put me in a broom closet when I first started. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I've got an office to the broom closet. Let's go. Like, you can make calls wherever you are. So
were you and Kyle together at that time when you both interviewed, or were you still like?
we were friends.
Okay.
We were feeling it out.
Okay.
Like, we hadn't gone all the way.
Yeah.
He goes, you said in the beginning that you wanted to be friends. And I just took that at face value. I'm like, I didn't want to be friends.
Like, what am I supposed to say?
But we always joke.
He's being a good guy. He's like, listen, she'll let me know when she wants something else.
Well, Chris, he's a man of mystery.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
one of our favorite quotes is, because I had moved here, right, from out of state. I had some great friends, and yet Kyle and I had started hanging out. It's like one night I had texted him, and he texted me back, and he said, I can't be your only source of entertainment. And I'm like, who is this guy, right? Like, who does he think
Talking
he is?
to Sarah.
But Chris, that's his magic, right? Like,
Oh
he's
my gosh.
independent. He's a great time, but he also has that independence that I really am.
My husband says that to me every day.
Right?
He's like, you need hobbies. I'm like, oh, thanks.
you're like, I do. I go to work.
Yeah, right. I go to work and I'm a mom. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
Oh my
good.
gosh. We're at Gaylord. We got the job.
We got the job and just had a great run.
Yeah.
So I started in small meetings.
Okay.
And then got an opportunity to interview for our mid-side meetings, and then went up to our big box meetings.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was such a great learning experience because people have been in there for a long time, and we had an incredible leadership team. And so I went to tell them, because I'm like, I don't think hospitality long-term is for me. This has been a great sales experience. We just, benchmarks were reached and we were going. I wanted something more. Like real estate, no lid on your ceiling of opportunity. And so I went in and I wanted to go and backpack Australia. And so I told them, I said, hey, I'm going to leave and go backpack Australia. And he's like, what? Like, we think that you long-term could really build a great career and move into leadership. And I shared with them, I said, there's not an impact opportunity here for me. It's not in alignment with my impact.
You already bought the backpack.
I already bought the backpack. Well, he goes, you can do a sabbatical and come back. I said, that's not fair.
You really want
I
it?
said,
you were
Randy,
real
that is
good.
not fair for everyone else.
Yeah.
And I said, but really, I want to do something that I think has more impact. And he's like, we create experiences for people in hospitality that they might never get to experience. And I'm like, I need a little bit
They
more
needed Sarah to sell
impact.
Sarah.
A little
They
bit more
didn't
impact.
bring in the ringer.
So anyway, I left there and I did backpack Australia, which was so fun and something that I would say, take the trip. Like if you do it now or then, especially in your 20s when you're building, because there were so many fun things that happened that now I wouldn't have the flexibility where we are to be able to do something like that.
Right.
2009, I went and I backpacked Australia and I knew I wanted to do real estate.
Yeah.
Right? I had taken that job right out of school for real estate. So I returned back and I said, I'm going to get into real estate. And new construction was my path initially. And so I went the new construction route and I worked for Goodall Homes.
Okay.
Amazing. And I had the best sales partner in the land who's still like family to me today. And so she wasn't just a mentor in business, she was a life mentor. And we had so much fun and we sold a lot of houses. And so that was that adventure with Goodall.
That was the entry.
But I would say the greatest memory from that wasn't just the sales experience gained, it's my relationship with her because she is the model of how to be a great mom, how to be a faith-based leader, and how to bring joy into everything she does. She is like amazing.
That's so cool. Wait, what's her name? Shout her out.
Carol Thayer.
Okay.
I'll shout out Carol Thayer. Isn't that true though?
Yes.
Like I was on a call earlier this week and we were talking about relationships. And it's like relationships are really about self-ownership. And if you own your lane and stop thinking someone else is going to be different, whether it's marriage or business, it's the game changer.
Yep.
After 15 years, we know where we are. We know who that other person is. You know what? Hey, I'm cool with it.
I don't know. Kyle still surprises me all the time.
But that's something that we don't talk about in relationships. That over time, you change, the other person changes. So you have to figure out who am I waking up to this year?
Yeah, you continue.
Oh, this
learning.
is this Chris. Oh, this is Christian. Oh no, this is Jerron. All the different names.
Oh, I like Jerron.
Jerron. Okay, yes. I mean, we got all the names.
But when do you decide it's the best moment? Today. Like
Always.
This moment's the best moment.
You do a
right?
good job of making sure that we don't miss moments. As a leader, you find ways to remind us, here's the moment, here's the opportunity, and don't miss that. If you miss an opportunity, if you miss something before, that doesn't mean you have to miss it today.
That's right.
And you always have, side note, you always have a book or a podcast or a phrase or something to throw back at us. I don't know how much time you spend listening and getting all this information, but it's always good to just throw something out there. I know you were talking earlier about something that happened. She said, you know what? That reminds me of this person. Here's a quote that they said that makes sense about it today. So you always have that. That's really good. So how do you keep yourself in that position to know more about that? Are you like listening to books all the time? Are you?
I think it starts with being learning-based and growth-minded. Being growth-minded and learning-based is something that's always been a part of my DNA.
Yeah.
And so I love to learn. I love to read. Definitely the coaches or the people that you put around you. So having a mindset coach, a trainer, anything that can be an accountability partner, business coach, that's very helpful too in learning. And I think I know we're in a company where Gary is constantly pouring into us. And so spending time
Shout
in
out
those
to Gary Keller.
masterminds.
Yes,
GK,
Gary
right?
Keller.
I'm sure he's listening.
Oh, he is. He has to be.
He's
He knows
absolutely
you're
listening.
here.
Yeah, that's funny, right? But so those things, and then being intentional. I have a blueprint, which I think I've told you guys about, but it's Misogi. What's my one high impact thing for the year?
Yeah.
What are my 4 habits, 1 a quarter, and my 6 mini adventures? And I was looking at the first half of the year, and I'm like, we have crushed mini adventures. Like we have been adventuring.
Oh, that's fun.
So I think that helps. And
At
what
least
are
you're
the
excelling in
topics?
that area.
We're
Yeah.
excelling.
We got to know our wins.
We got to know our wins.
Okay.
And so
You said it's been part of your DNA to be just growth minded and always learning. Do you feel like that has just like in your genetic makeup, that's who you are? Do you feel like it's been learned? Walk me through that. Because I'm always like, why am I the way I am? Is it because it's who I am, or is it because of what's happened to me? Right. So I'd love your thought on that, because that's a unique trait to just, always be like, I want to get better. I want to get better. Not everybody's wired like that.
I love that you said, is it the way I am or is it who I am? And I think who I am is always changing. It's kind of like what Chris was just saying. Like, who is the version of me right now? I'm not who I was yesterday. I'm not who I'm going to be tomorrow. And that's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
A lot of the drive or the desire to learn and grow has been there since as long as I can remember. So I look back and I think like I would get up in 6th grade and I would go out and I would run some miles before school, and people were like, "What are you doing?"
6th grade.
Right? So it's been a thing.
Run some miles.
It's been a thing. Not a lot of miles, but still, like get out there. It's always been something. I love fitness. It's always been a part of my fabric. And then learning. I do think we can be a byproduct of our environment, regardless of which phase that we're in, especially in childhood years.
Yeah.
And so I'm super passionate about people recognizing that my past could define some of my characteristics, and then it's up to me to decide how am I going to use those moving forward.
Yeah. I think sometimes too, in that regard, being a product of your environment, a lot of times it just expands the traits that are already there, right? And it just makes it a little bit more, I don't want to say dramatic, but like it just makes it a little bit stronger at
You are
least.
a bit dramatic sometimes.
Well, we knew that,
Yeah.
Chris. So
Cancer season.
again, self-awareness.
We
We're
know.
there.
It's self-awareness. And then it's recognizing the patterns and making a choice to do something about it.
Right.
Because I can have something that shows up as a healthy trait, which is a past response to it, or I can be in an unhealthy state and
Right.
still have the same patterns that show up.
Yeah. And yeah, the self-awareness piece, you have to first be able to recognize those moments where if you find yourself falling into certain tendencies, it's like, okay, let me just remove myself for a second and be able to say, this is not, I'm not taking this at face value, right? And then determining the steps after that. Gotcha.
Well, let's talk about
Okay.
the inner excellence of Sara and how Sara got into KW world and is now this powerhouse that she is today.
I love that. So, and thank you for that, Chris. Carol Thayer that I mentioned, I had gone, so we both were doing new construction real estate, and we decided that we were going to get out and do our own businesses. And so I had already told her, I'm like, I'm going to this boutique firm. I'm doing these things. And that's what I did. And she came to KW and she said, I found our company. She said, it's God family business. People are thinking bigger than you've ever thought before. Just come. And there was a team leader position at that time. I was still at my boutique firm, and there was a team leader position. And so I went, and just kind of as part of the experience or interview process, I went to Mega Camp at Keller Williams.
There we go.
And you're always looking for where's that room where people are just leveling up.
Yeah.
And they're willing to collaborate. And sometimes you get in rooms where you're disappointed. But I went to Mega Camp and I was like, this
Mega Camp is that place to be.
It.
Family reunion, Mega Camp, you are going to see the world a lot differently as far as leadership and growth and just KW. You're going to see it a lot different. I know when I went for the first time, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't the same. This is KW as well. Like, oh, this is great. I didn't realize that we were so big and so huge.
Yeah, seeing
and
it
those
on the
big
larger
thinkers were
scale.
there. Yeah, because you're used to seeing like what's happening here, which is great. But then you see it from a different scale. You're like, oh, this is even bigger than I could imagine.
Yeah.
And it makes you think bigger and be bigger.
Yeah.
That's it. Think bigger. And that's what happened in that session. I thought, oh, this is going to stretch my thinking. And I love how Phil Jones says we are a personal development company.
Yeah.
We happen to be in the real estate industry, and that's what you get there. It is about business, but why have a great business if you're not going to have a great life?
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're all about that the good life because you don't mind telling us, hey, here's what I'm getting more in life as well. So now going back to when you got to KW World, so as far as becoming the owner of the 3 offices that we know today, how was that transition? Where did you go from? Because I know you were team leader for a while, but when did you make the choice to say, you know what, I'm stepping away from team leader, and this is the moment that I know I need to take advantage of this opportunity?
So good. So team leader in 2 different markets, and I didn't even know what I didn't know getting in. And we were in a smaller suburb market to Nashville when I first started, and the whole mission was to raise the level. My mission was to raise the lid on the level of professionalism in the industry. And we had gone down to a really low agent count at that time, 30 agents. And so we just built it back up. We took it from, I don't even know where we were in the market, to number 1 by bringing in people that wanted to be excellent and wanted to be business owners, raising the lid on the level of professionalism. It was so much fun, like best leadership team, so much energy and growth, so much learning that happened at that time. And then I got an opportunity to be team leader in our Nashville market. And I was like, this is the granddaddy opportunity because we have so many agents selling real estate, thinking big, focused on production. And I had heard along the way, like to move to the next level, you need to be in a bigger market.
Yeah.
Right. And to be able to have results there as well. And so moved to our Nashville market and had the opportunity alongside great leaders to take us to over $1 billion in sales, number 1 in the market. All the things.
All those
that
things.
make us say, we were at all the fun. And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And people sold a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
And so at that time, I was working with Bill Haggard, who I love. And I thought that there would be an opportunity if I showed up to lean into a leadership or maybe an ownership role with him.
Okay.
And I was getting ready to have our 3rd baby at that time. And I'm like, this isn't going anywhere. And I'm trolling an hour and a half both ways, like dropping off the kids. And so I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a little sabbatical here with Maddox. This was in December of that year. And I was getting ready to have him. And so I had him. It wasn't a month later. And Bill called me and he said, you serious about wanting to take over the centers? And I said, absolutely. And he goes, then put something together for me. And I think that's such an important piece of it. Sometimes we're waiting for an opportunity or a door to open, but you have to be the one to put it together to show someone the path sometimes to that. And so we spent that time really through COVID negotiating that opportunity. And then I got to step in and take over those 3 centers.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for his leadership. Obviously, you got to show up and put the results up.
Yeah.
Then you have to show the way to open the doors for you, right?
But you're showing a way that you
have
didn't
to
even know.
take risks.
You had to put it together on your own. You didn't know how that even looked. I don't know what the research looked like for you to even try to pull that together.
Yeah.
I think, thinking back to it, conversations, like obviously conversations with people that had done it and had positioned a takeover and really getting clear on what I wanted, right? Like, what do you want? And can you make that work in something that's a win-win for me and Bill in this situation?
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah. Was that always the plan, like some sort of ownership stake somewhere with real estate? Was it, or was that thought kind of planted in your head when you joined KW at the beginning?
I think the thought came in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And what's interesting is it's always been like, okay, what is that next level? And that was always on the map of the path. But I think the connection to the purpose of why it mattered changed.
But Mega Camp probably
as
helped
we
with that
went
as well
around.
because you meet so many different people.
Oh, Mega, this company is about opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe the opportunities on the path, like ownership of an office.
Right.
Maybe it's a business that we don't even know about that we're starting, but so many people are doing it and they're not just doing one thing. They're layering it in.
Right.
For sure.
But I would say purpose matters.
Yeah. Was there, looking back through all the years, was there like a pivotal moment or like maybe like a mistake or like a hard time that shaped the way that you have thought about your path? Or is there anything that
this
comes to
isn't
mind?
business related, but I'll tell you something that's really shaped me and that I'm hoping to serve. My prayer last year was, God, open a door so wide that my clarity of purpose is undeniable. And now it's expanded this year, but he opened a door so wide. And it actually, this is very personal, but someone that I love and I adore. We came from a family of addiction. That's a part of the fabric of our story. And there's so much grit on my path, empathy, understanding, like all of these traits that have made me the leader that I am, the human that I am, came from that path. And so I was having an issue with one of our family members, and I'm like, I'm going up there. Like, I'm pulling them out. I'm coming for them.
Yeah.
And I just I took a moment quietly to process, and I got a message from God. And he said, this is not about changing someone. Only they can do that for themselves.
Yeah.
This is about you going to impact children who are the person that you once were and show them how everything they went through can be the greatest strength on their path. And that can be their purpose. That's their superpower as an entrepreneur. And I was like, I had read Buy Back Your Time with Dan Martell at that time. And his big thing is your trauma makes great leaders, great business owners, but not if you're living in an unhealthy way. And so how can we help them heal and then process the trauma, the pain, the resilience, everything that comes from that past to make it their superpower as an entrepreneur.
That is so
and help
cool.
them believe it faster. So
I love
that's
that.
been my purpose path. I think that's been something that's always driven me. Like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put it out there. And there's a resilience that was shaped at a very young age through all those experiences.
Yeah.
And now I think it's that line or red thread for purpose too.
Yeah.
From grit to gains.
Great to gain.
And
love it.
You got the gains for sure.
Do you feel like that's your big why then?
My big why has always been to empower others to change their thinking so they can activate possibilities they never thought possible.
Yeah.
And it was to live their best life. I have refined it recently to live fully alive today.
I love it.
And Kyle's cancer journey was a part of that, right? Just knowing that today's not guaranteed. And so we can walk around dead or we can live fully alive.
Yeah.
And so that's
Incredible.
a part of my why.
Yeah. I love that. I love it.
All right. So, Sarah, question for you. Everybody knows that you are the owner. We love that. But what does that really look like? Because it can look like you're up here and we don't know what that looks like for you. Tell us about a week for you. What does it look like for you on a weekly basis? Things you do.
And you had shared about leadership too. I think the biggest thing as a leader is just waking up. I'm always thinking about ways to benefit our leaders. Actually, one of them this morning at 6:30, I was shooting him a text just to fire him up about things that I know are important to him that I know can show up if we focus on it right now. And so I think it starts with always thinking about who are your leaders, who are you in business with, and how can you empower them?
Yeah.
Now, I started doing something, and I love this, because I would do the 4-1-1, right? Our one big goal, what are we going to do this month, and then what are we doing weekly? And I've transitioned it to my boxes. So I have 7 different categories, different businesses or different initiatives that I'm moving forward. And then I have the big rocks in every single box. So Sunday night or definitely Monday morning, I will go through and I will map out what are the things that I'm doing that I need to move the needle forward. Number 1 is vision. A lot of that's about systems. Where are we going on track to our goals? Making sure that we're there with the numbers and that people are bought into understanding where we're going and why we're going there. And then it's meeting. So one-on-ones with our top leaders, just to help them remember the things that we're committed to together and see if I can be a thought partner to move obstacles out of the way or roadblocks out of the way. Meeting with talent. So anytime we have an opening or just consistently, who should I be in conversation with? That could be someone for a right now role or a future opportunity.
Right.
And then speaking, right? Coming and doing different things, whether it's a meeting or a mastermind or hosting a class.
Or a podcast.
Or a podcast.
Or a podcast.
The best podcast
Absolutely.
in the land.
yeah.
Doggone, you're right about that.
Right? So
We're all
that's
about
it.
Affirmations and manifestations. And all
That's
that.
exactly
No,
right.
we're number one.
Asians.
We're number one on all your platforms. Yeah, no, we're not. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's why I said not yet.
Yeah.
We're being more. And so
Getting
soon
more,
we will
being
be
more.
there. So those are the things. And then at the bottom of it will just be like all the tasks, a budget review, whatever it is that we're doing that we're focused on will be the smaller tasks, but then the big rocks across the board.
While we wrap up here, let's do some rapid fire. So this is going to be more fun. So we're going to keep it light, right? End on a super high note here. Okay, really quick. Best piece of advice you've ever gotten. Who gave it to you?
My grandmother.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's
Virginia.
amazing. No, Joanne.
Oh, Joanne.
Joanne.
Grandma Joe.
Joanne the Great.
Joanne the Great.
Okay. And what's something terrible, or what is something you're terrible at that might surprise people? And I can think of something that we just
Driving.
found out.
I don't think that would surprise anyone, not if you've been in the car with me.
Yeah.
But driving.
If you were not in real estate, what would you be doing?
I would have a Live Fully Alive studio where people would come in and they would experience things that you go to retreats to experience, but we do it every day. Meditation, fitness, nutrition, mindset coaching, all the things.
Yeah. Is that like ever going to be a thing down the road?
Could be. We'll have to see what comes.
heard it here
Very
first.
yoga instructor-ish.
Toe in.
I don't know what that thing
Yoga
is.
instructor.
You know what's the thing that they have the wand they put around the bowl? And it's like,
Sound bath.
Yeah, they see. Look,
She knows exactly what it is.
She gets that vibe. I can't
That's
wait.
so funny.
That's good. I
Very
like that
flowing
vibe.
clothes and
I'm going to tell
the
Kyle,
mat.
I give a yoga instructor vibe to Chris. Don't you feel it?
Okay, so how does Sarah party?
Ooh.
Oh, we love to party.
Of course, I've seen you party.
I mean, we love to entertain. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things. And not just bringing people together, which is fun, but the decor, the theme, all the
All of
ways.
it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
we love to entertain, love to dance,
Yes.
love to have a great time.
Love it. I love it. Okay, let's wrap it up with this last question. If you could leave every agent listening with one thing, what would it be? Like if they didn't hear anything else from this whole podcast, what would be the takeaway?
I think it's living a life that's true to yourself and doing that in everything, whether it's business or it's your personal development. Be true to you and to the theme of what we've been talking about. You have to know what you want to be able to do that. But get up and even when it's challenging, Gary's been telling us, don't say hard, right?
Yeah.
Like say challenging or there's friction in the market, make it fun.
Yeah.
Because we get one shot at this. And so do it now. Make it fun and really embrace what you're doing throughout the day.
I love it. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the Get More
We
podcast.
appreciate you. You
So
have been
fun.
fun. A ball of energy as usual.
Oh, it's been fun.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you for being here on the Get More podcast, where we're getting more out of life and business. And we are signing off, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.